Oh my god! What the fuck? What are you doing? I'm at us. Everyone hit me, dude. Alright. I gotta call OCC and let them know I've been in an accident. And this is all because I didn't go through the green light. Alright, I'm gonna reach over. I'm gonna tag camera event. Call OCC. Let them know that I was in an accident. Shit, now the light is red. Assholes. What the hell? Look at this guy. Don't honk your horn. People get mad. I got no passengers, luckily. Los Santos Transit. We're going to talk about Transdev. Let's make a right. Alright, watch that tail. Alright, we're going to go use our reference point here. Forget about everything going on right there. Whoa, what the fuck? Never mind. There is no reference point. Holy shit. Alright, we're at the red light. Whoa, jet. Okay. We're not going to turn left or right. We're not going to ever turn right on red. I'm just doing this because I work for this company. And I just got done driving a bus. What is this guy doing? Okay, green light. Oh my, I gotta call OCC. Let them know I just hit someone. Tag the button for a camera event. We're gonna make a right turn here. Stop before the stop sign. Like that. Sorry, whoops, son, my bad. We're gonna make sure it's clear. Set our reference point right about here. Start turning. You won't hit that curb. Perfect. Alright, we're going to just mosey on down here. Going to set our turn here. Don't go too fast. It's not a yield. Oh shit, stop sign. That's my bad. Now I'm going to have a hearing for that. Shit. Alright, we're going to stop at this next stop sign. Okay. It's clear. We're going to go straight. Now, red light, we're going to chill here for a minute. Don't follow the fucking car in front of us too closely. Right? Where's my tire compared to the door? Yeah, that looks good to me. Now, I wish I could turn it more. Oh, shit, it's a green light. There goes my, and I shouldn't have gone because we're not supposed to run yellows. We'll follow this street. Stay in our lane. Say we're going to make a left here. Alright? Stop at the stop sign. We have traffic coming, yeah. We all know traffic doesn't stop for nothing in GTA. That guy, alright, we're clear. We're going to mosey on out, use the reference point, start turning. End up in the money lane on the right, stay in our lane. Ooh. Go too fast. I feel like I'm going too fast. Slow down, turtle. Let's say we're going to set our reference point. We're just going to mosey on over to the left-hand turn lane. Pull up to where we feel safe. That's good enough distance, at least the car length behind. That looks like someone's car that I know.
Just call me when you're ready.
Oh my god, I didn't fasten my seatbelt. That's insanity. Oh, it's a green light. Jesus Christ! That was my actual phone going off, and now the actual GTA. What the fuck? Now I have to call OCC. They're gonna tag this event on the camera, and then I'm gonna have to go home, pull it into a safe spot. Oh fuck! They opened me up like a can opener. Set that reference point, turn it, perfect, right into your lane. All right, now green light. Go ahead and go. These lights don't stay green for nothing. Gonna check your mirrors. Okay, move on over to the right lane because that's where the money's at. We're gonna exit on Del Perro Vespucci. I would never park in there because how the hell am I gonna get out of there? What kind of shit is this? Reference point. Just barely missed that curb. You're going to take up half of the other lane. Just bring it back to your right side. Find a place to park. We're going to do our little training thing. Alright, so I've stopped the bus completely. I'm going to go through this parking lot. Watch your reference point. You want to go pull out a little further ahead and then turn right. You should just miss everything that you just passed without hitting a damn thing. We're going to pull around and park the bus. Reference point, okay? I'm going to park. Let me see. Let me think about this. What the fuck? Alright, we're going to... Oh, man. How did you hit me? Okay, whatever. We're going to park right there. Check our mirror reference point. Okay, right about here. Turn hard. And we're there. Alright, we're parked way too far forward. We're going to stop right here. That sounds good. Alright, now let's secure the bus. Get out. I parked a little shitty. Sorry. Alright. First things first. Gonna get out. Let's do it the way I just learned it. Sure, let's pull out a sniper. Alright, so first things first. Exit the bus with 3 points of contact. You're gonna say, alright, we got our clearance lights are up there, our reflectors, lenses, and lights are connected, not damaged, not faded. Our moving on down the side, all of the windows are intact, not damaged, they're broken. We've got the splash guard. That's the splash guard right there. It's not damaged. It's intact. It's not missing. We are missing a mud flap here. So I would notify my instructor that, yes, we are missing a mud flap. At this point, we're going to go to the IDC ABC. So I is inflation. So we're going to check the inflation point. Check your, make sure your tires are inflated with a pressure gauge. You're going to go to the D, which is the depth. The front wheels here should be at least and no less than 4/34 or 4/32 of an inch. All right, and we should have dual wheels back here. These are called buddy wheels. I don't think they put it in this game. They might have. I see a little bit of a gap right there. I think they did put 2 wheels back here. We'll call that the buddy wheels. Moving on down tire. This is my training course. The depth should be on the front tire should be 432. No, I'm sorry, yeah, 4/32 of an inch. Going down to the rim. Oh, the ABC, the C for condition, ABC. So, no abrasions, no bubbles, bulges, and no cuts. Tire looks good. We have the rim. No, not damaged, not cracked, no cracks, no illegal welds. Okay, then we have the hubcaps. Should be 10, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. Yep, 10. Should be 10. They should be not damaged, secured. Secured, not damaged, and there should be no threads, no shining threads, and no rust. Then we have the hub. The inner and outer seal should be secure, not leaking, and not damaged. We have the behind here. We have the torque arm. We're going to do tabs system. So the torque arm should be connected behind the tire. It should be secure, not damaged, and not cracked. And then they have the. Also, you can't see it behind here, but they also have the airline and hoses behind here. They should be secured, not damaged, not leaking. We have the airbags behind the tires as well. I am going through stuff that's behind the tire. Now, they should be secured, not damaged, not leaking. Let's see here. The brake chamber should be secured, not damaged, not leaking, as well as the brake rotor should be secured, not damaged, not leaking. There should be no grease, no oil, and it should have at least a 1/4 inch of depth on the pad remaining. I'm going to go on down our bus here. All of our windows are looking good. They're intact, no damage along the body. We've got the same thing back here. We're going to do it the same way we did it up front. So our tire here, it's a buddy system, so bud tires, whatever. Dual tires in the rear. The rear tire should be at least 2/32 of an inch for tread depth. I'm skipping a little ahead of myself. So we've got the splash guard secured, not damaged, not missing. We don't have any mud flaps. That's a problem. We've got to bring that up with the instructor. That is missing. Then we're going to go to the IDC ABC. So this is the inflation. Make sure it's perfectly. Make sure you measure it with the pressure gauge. The D is the depth. In the rear tire buddy system, there should be no less than 2/32 of an inch on the tread. And then the condition, we have A, B, C, which means no abrasion, bubbles, bulges, cuts. Tire looks good. The rim is not cracked. It's not damaged. There's no illegal welds. Good. The lug nuts. Going on down from the top down. The lug nuts. 10 of them. They should be secured, not damaged. No missing threads, no shining threads, and there should not be any rust. The hub, inner and outer seals should be secured, not damaged, and not leaking. Let's go on down the side here. All right. We should have everything on the back should be red lights, not faded, cracked, or damaged. Everything else should be amber all around the bus. These are my reverse lights, so we don't need to worry about those. So those look good. We've got the back tire. I would do this the same way as I would do the one on the other side, so I get my points for that. Moving on down, we do have some superficial damage here from the idiots of Los Santos City. I will call that into OCC and let them know there's damage. They're going to take this bus and repair it. The front here, fucking, what's wrong with people? I'm trying to work here, trying to do my job. I'm not even clocked in for this. I'm not getting paid. All right, so front tire, same as the last side. I would make sure that's good. Checking along here, it looks like my reflectors are good. Coming up to the front, there should be a gearbox here with the links, the arms, the stuff like that. I didn't do some study work on there, but you can tell how I'm doing. Now we're going to check the front. All right, so the mirror, it's not damaged. It's not cracked, no cracks, damage. All right, secured, good. All right, we're going to check the reflectors. We don't have any reflectors on here, but they would be right about here and there, there. We would check that to make sure they're not faded, cracked, or missing. All right. The fender and the bike rack, we don't have a bike rack, but there's no damage. I don't see. Oh my God. What is that? What the fuck is that? Okay. Holy Jesus. That wasn't for me, I swear. All right. So anyway, pretending that's not there, we're going to go to the lights. The lights are good. The high beams and low beams are functional. We're going to check the windshield wipers. Hi. We are checking the... wow, I'm distracted now. We're going to pull on it, make sure the spring is good on there. Blah, blah, blah. The windshield is not cracked, damaged, or split. Cool. The headlights, good. We've got the lenses, lights, reflectors, and the overhead sign display is functional. Good. And then the passenger mirror, no cracks, no, it's not missing, it's not cracked or damaged. Good. That's awesome. Let's run to the back of the bus. I would open the back, and right about here I would have my exhaust. I was going to talk about the exhaust, and right about here I would have the power steering, and then right about here would be my engine oil dipstick. And there should be a frame running on the inside all the way to the front of the bus. That's the frame. We have the water pump and the water belts right about here. And then over here, we're going to have the alternator and the alternator belts. And then over here, we're going to have the air compressor. So starting with the... now, not every bus is the same. So you might run into some stuff that looks a little different. Things might be moved around depending on the age of the bus. But right about here, we have our... I'm having a brain fart. Give me a sec. So right about there, we have the exhaust. So it is gear driven. It has it is connected, secure, and not damaged. What the fuck? Working here. It's also not missing any clamps. I would look at the power steering line. All right, it's secured, not damaged, not leaking. It is, oh, the top one, first one I said should add not leaking to it. So anyway, the power steering, it should be secured, not damaged, not leaking, and it is, I'm trying to think, gear driven as well. Anyway, down to the oil dipstick. Pull that out. Make sure that the oil is fuel. It's not damaged. It's secure, not damaged, and not leaking. And also, I want to make sure that the oil is not looking milky. And then we're going to go to our frame. There should be no bends, breaks, or cracks. And there should be no illegal welding. Moving on to our water pump. Water pump, it should be secure, not damaged, and not leaking. It should also be noted that it is belt driven, and that the belt should have at least no more than 3/4 of an inch of play, which means slack. So, and then the alternator is also belt driven, secured, not damaged, not leaking. Well, I shouldn't say leaking because the alternator doesn't leak. It's not working with liquid or air. So it would be not damaged and secured. And it is belt driven. Make sure all the wires are connected. And then down here we have the air compressor for the brake system and the door system as well as everything else. At this point, we're gonna take a look down on in there, and you should see that everything's connected. The air hoses and air tubes are connected. At which point, it looks good, not damaged, secured, and not leaking. And right about here is where we have our coolant reservoir. I would open that up, and I would, if the engine was off and it was not hot, I would open that up and take the cap off to check the coolant levels. But we're not going to do that today. Wow. Okay, so obviously I can't get on the bus freely. But let's say I was doing a brake test. Let's start from the basics over here. So first, if I'm not on level ground, I want to chalk my tires, which means put 2 props on either side so I don't move forward. All right, I'm going to go enter the bus with 3 points of contact. There's no rails here, obviously. So how am I going to safely do that? I have no idea. Anyway, safely entering the bus with 3 points of contact, sit in my seat. I would check my seatbelt for any frays or damages, and then I would secure that seatbelt. I would set my bus to night run, close the door. Night run allows power and air to start circulating, and air controls the door here, so it allows me to close it. I'll safe start the bus, turning it on. And you hear it turn on, sorry. You hear it turn on, door closes. Before you turn it on. Alright, at which point I'm going to fan the brakes, which means I'm going to press these brakes and get the pressure down below 90 to allow my cut in to start. It should build pressure with the air back up to the point it cuts out. The cutout should occur at between 120 and 140 psi. All right, so fanning the brakes down to 90, wait for the cut in. All right, cutout happens. It's like, fucking. All right, you're gonna call it out. Say what did it cut out at? Check the gauge. It should say, well, it cut out at 135. It's like, all right, cool, that worked. Now that it cut off, I'm going to shut off my bus. I'm going to cover the brake. Forgot to tell you I was covering my brake earlier, but with the brakes applied, I'm going to turn off the bus, turn it back to night run. I'm going to release my parking brake, and I'm going to apply 90 pounds of pressure to... Who's screaming? Nice distraction. I'm going to apply 90 pounds of pressure to the brake, and then I should watch the timer for a minute. I'm looking so that I don't lose any more than 3 psi within that minute. If I do lose more than 3 psi in that minute, obviously I have a leak. We are word vomiting, so I'm going to try to wrap this shit up. Keep, from talking too much, because I give myself room for error. All right, now that I've done my applied test, I've waited a minute, checked the clock. I did not lose any air pressure, which means we don't have leaks. Cool. Next, I'm going to do my low air warning signal test. I'm going to push the brakes until we get down below. We're going to force the signal to activate, indicating we have low pressure. By fanning the brake, it should turn on. Signal should turn on before we hit 60 psi. So starts buzzing, or the light comes on at 75 psi. Cool. And what the fuck? At which point I'm going to switch. I've confirmed that my low air warning signal test works. Now I'm going to do a spring brake test, which I'm going to ensure that if I lose too much pressure, my spring brake will activate. So what I'll do here is I will turn the bus to night run. I feel like I fucked up here. at which point I'd ask, can I start over? So I got on, chalked the wheels, got on the bus, checked my seatbelt, secured the bus, closed the door after I turned it to night run. So night run, close the door, turn on the bus. Then I would do the I would do my cut in, cut out. It cuts out at anywhere between 140 and or 120 and 140. After that happens, turn my bus off, let it shimmy shake, turn it back to night run, cover the brake, and then disengage your parking brake. At which point I do that minute. The applied. Can't speak, bro. I'd apply 90 pounds of pressure to the brake and wait for 1 minute while watching the gauges to make sure I don't lose any PSI. If I do, I have a leak. That's a problem. At which point I've completed that. After a whole minute is up, I've lost no PSI. Now I'm going to do the low air warning signal test. So I'm going to fan my brakes so that the pressure gauge drops down close to 60. The signal should turn on. So once I've done that, buzz, or it should be a light or a buzzer, at which point I've completed my low air warning signal test. At this point, it's in night run and the vehicle is off. So I'm going to switch it to night park because I'm going to do my spring brake test. So the spring brake was released earlier in the stage. I'm going to fan the brakes until the spring brake pops, and that should happen anywhere between 20 and 45 PSI. So after stepping on and off the brakes, it pops, I turn it back to night run, check the gauges, confirm that it did come on between 20 and 45. So once it pops, it looks like it popped at 35 PSI. So that checks out. All right, now that I've completed all 3 steps, I'm going to safe start the bus. I'll turn the engine on, at which point I would continue and show him turn on the aisle lights. I would turn on the 4-way emergency blinkers. Can't do that in this thing. I would show him my defroster and heater is working. My panels, dimmer instruments should light up. My left and right windshield wipers are active. I should give him step on my left brake. Not my left brake, sorry. Step on the left turn signal, the right turn signal, and wow, is my guy talking right now? It's crazy. And also we're gonna hit the high beams so he knows that they work. Cool. He's gonna go to the back of the bus. I'm gonna give him my left turn signal, my right turn signal, and I'm gonna throw it in reverse so that he can see that my lights are working back here. Cool. Perfect. I'm going to give him a tug test. Tug test is where I have my parking brake on, and while I'm with the parking brake on, I should hit the accelerator. The bus should not move. A little too much gas, but you can tell the parking brake is working. Excellent. Now I'm going to do a service brake test. I'm going to move forward a couple feet and then apply the service brake, at which point my bus should not turn left or right. If it does, that means there's a problem with the brakes. Oops. All right, perfect. That's my service test brake, or service brake test. Cool. At which point, secure the bus, turn the aisle lights on, show him all those instruments, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm going to get to the front of the door here. I'm going to look behind my seat. I should have 3 things. Fire extinguisher, fuses, fire extinguisher, and triangles, so emergency triangles. Those are part of my fuses, extinguisher, and triangles. Those need to be there. The fire extinguisher needs to have a pin in it. It should be, the arrow should be within the green, and it should be serviced within a year. So if it's past a year, it's expired. We need a new one. At which point I would get up, stand at the front of the bus, and I would show him that my alley, the entire area from the front to the back of the bus, is not a hazard. I'd walk to these beams right here. These handles are secure, right? People can hold on to them. They're not broken or damaged. And moving 2 steps forward, my seats are secure. They're not damaged. All right? Not a problem for anyone. Moving further back, checking the windows, the emergency hatches. They're not damaged. They're secured. Windows are good. Moving further back to the steps here. I'm sure you can't really see that. Oh, shit. Cool. So you see the steps back there. We get to that point. We need to make sure... Well, before we got to that point, there should be a ramp to let wheelchairs on and off. Unfortunately, I don't think we have a ramp. Let's see. Get off the bus. Can I open this? Nope. Alright. Look. There should be a ramp somewhere on the inside of here. It looks like they didn't design an actual ramp into the model of the bus. Shame on them. But while moving towards the back of the bus, starting from the front, see that those are secure, not damaged. Moving here, seats are good, not damaged. All right, there's no tripping hazard in the main hall. On the way to the back of the bus, 2 steps forward. Emergency windows are good, no broken windows, nothing's missing. All right, towards the back of the bus. The ramp is not a tripping hazard. You're not going to fall on that while you're moving towards the back of the bus. It's not a hazard. Moving to the steps. The steps should have some lights there. That needs to be illuminated. So that is a problem. We don't have illumination to show people where they're stepping. But anyway, if it did, stairs are clear, not obstructed, nothing causing a tripping hazard. Head to the back of the bus. All right, 2 steps further back. You got an emergency hatch that should be at the top of the bus here. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Alright, I didn't mean to shoot the bus. Now I gotta call OCC and say, hey, you know what? I shot the fucking bus. Sorry. I don't know why I had a gun. And they're gonna be like, well, guess what? You don't work here anymore. Find a bus ride home, but don't get back on that bus. We're gonna send someone out to collect that for you, and you're on your own. Well, how do I get home? Check your fucking route book. Take the bus home. Or call an Uber. Anyway, so towards the back of the bus, we should have an emergency hatch here. And we should also have, ironically, another hatch up here. Again, it's not put into the model of the bus, so that's fine. But other than that, we would move to the front of the bus. I've described how everything in the bus, from the inside and out, is okay and safe. I did not go over the gearbox that's on the left-hand side. I forgot one of the steps. Let me go back here. So I showed you guys the alternator, the exhaust, the power steering, the engine oil dipstick, the frame, the water pump and belt, and the alternator and belt, as well as the air pressure, the air tank, pressure tank, whatever. And I forgot to come over here because this is where the fuel line is. This is where the fuel goes. I would open this panel up, make sure it's secured, not damaged. I'd check the inside. I should not see any cracks, damages, leaks. There should not be any frost. And I would look up. There should be, obviously, this is for like CDL, most trucks. We obviously don't have any fucking tanks up there, air tanks. But if there was, I'd say they're there. They're secured, not damaged, not leaking, and the straps are secure. All right, that covers that. I just given you my entire rundown, about 99% of the fucking rundown. So everything but the gearbox. So I've gone on the inside of the bus and shown you everything. I did my brake test. I did my button test, panels, looking at everything, showing you how things work, blah, 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 securing the bus. And by the, excuse me, the bus is off before I got off, so that's awesome. What's that saying? Excuse me. Watch your step, absolutely. Okay, so that concludes my test. Please try to ignore the damage here. So this is something that I'll be testing for when I get to work on Tuesday. Monday, we're going to study some more and go over some more extra stuff and get it really compact in our heads. And then Tuesday, we're going to do our test. So if I fail the brake test and I say something wrong, like let's say the spring brake pops up between 20 and 40, that's incorrect. If I say 20 to 40, that's a fail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $100 straight home. Fail. It's like $500 the company just spent on you, and you fucked it up. And at which point, you know what? You don't have a job at that point. You better start applying somewhere else because you're out of here. If the company likes you and they think you can do it, maybe they'll give you another fucking chance and send you back for $500 more. But it comes out of their pocket. Who wants to spend $1,000 on some idiot who failed a test twice? So, needless to say, when you have your CDL, you're held to a very high standard. If you get pulled over in any vehicle and you have a CDL, they're gonna fucking bring the hammer down on you. So your alcohol limit goes from .08 as the legal limit to .04. It's halved. You need to fuck off.
The fuck is that?
Get out of here. Wow, he got hit. That's funny. Okay, don't hit my bus. Don't hit the bus. Don't hit my fucking bus. Don't hit the bus.
Back my ride.
Whoa.
Finally a real fight.
Okay, at this point, I need to go tag the camera event and call OCC and let them know. Well, that had nothing to do with me. Jesus. Okay, so, anyway, he's dead. Let's go take, how do you go take that guy's money? Hey, I found it. Okay, it's mine. I found it, it's mine. What did you do? Where'd that guy go? Did he take the car and leave? Alright, anyway. So that concludes pretty much everything about the test. The gearbox here, obviously, I don't know the components in it, but that's okay. I'll study that and I'll be good to go. Other than that, I mean, I think I'm pretty solid. If I miss a couple points here, it's not such a big deal, but we're going to try to do our best. I asked him at work, I was like, hey, how many points are there overall, like total? And he goes, yeah. I was like, okay, that makes sense. He's like, the point is not to try to get as many as you can out of a certain amount, but try to get them all correct. Don't worry about how many you can miss or how many points there are total. I was like, okay. And so we're going to get on our bus. Alright. Alright. We're just going to drive like a maniac here. Forget about any rules of safety. Why not? We're going to get our CDL taken away real fucking quick. Anyway, now we're going to resume our daily tasks here. We're going to stop at the stop sign. Before the stop sign is if you're stopping after the stop sign. That's a point. I like how that guy stopped in the middle of nothing. Like, where's the stop sign over there? Holy Jesus. Alright, I'm going to inch forward slowly to dominate the road here so that I don't see anyone else coming, right? I'm going to let him go. Inch forward. Go ahead, buddy. And then there is our turn point. I didn't hit the fucking curb. That's good. As RC would say, hey, let's go hit some fucking curbs. Not today. Alright. There's no stop sign, but it does say stop here, so we're going to chill for a minute and make sure path's clear. Got cars and traffic behind me. What the fuck? Yo! At which point, tag the event. Something bad happened. Keep the bus moving. Do not stop. If you're being shot at, move the bus to a safe location. I ran people over. I don't care. Fuck them. They were in my way. Gotta go. There's bullets whizzing by. Alright. It's not my fault. That guy pulled a gun. Alright? Panic happened. Panic ensued. And, so, stop at the stop sign. Let's try this again. Stop at the stop sign. Alright? Inch forward because we came to a complete stop. I lost $225. Oh, okay, never mind. Inch forward. What is this guy doing? Holy shit. Alright. Check that. Wide left. Who the fuck did I hit? Oh my god, I'm still getting shot at. Okay, we gotta go. I don't know what his deal is, but the bus driver does not carry any extra cash on his person. Whatever I do have in my wallet, not going to be much, but we don't carry cash, so there really is no point of trying to rob us. Also, assaulting a bus driver, how did that happen? Any operator for a bus assaulting us is a felony. You have your camera, you have your face all over the camera. Let's just say we're going to take left here. We're going to cut here. And I don't see any stop sign. I ran a red light. I'm sorry. My fault. I'm going to act like... And also, you should never, ever, 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 ever back a bus up. If I have to back up for any situation, I need to call OCC. Let them know, hey, I'm in a position where I need to back my vehicle up. Do not back the vehicle up. You will... Wow. Okay. Someone will be sent out to you in a vehicle, at which point you will... green light. Whoa! Red light runner. That's why we look left and right before we cross the street, because we got people that do shit like that. Alright? That's not exactly a preventable accident. It's not like I hit a pole or a tree that's completely preventable. This bus is fucked up. Man, damn, dude. Okay, we got a red light. The difference between a preventable and a preventable accident is something that you have control over. Like this tree right here. I totally could prevent myself from hitting it, but if I'm being stupid and I hit that fucking tree, then that's a preventable accident. Guess what? You're gonna end up in the office. They're gonna show you a video of what you did, how you fucked up, and they're gonna make fun of you. So we come up to this stop sign, okay? Watch out for Betty and Brian there, whoever that is. Looks like he's gonna not cross the street. Is she gonna cross the street? Yes, she is. No, she's not. At this point, I'm going to set my reference point right about here, past the curb just slightly, and start turning. I should end up in my lane. Beautiful turn. Little bit of distance towards the line so we don't hit the bus or the vehicles over here. It says do not block the intersection. All right, cool. We are at a red light. We're going to go. Check both ways. Proceed. We're at a green. No, that's a red light. Alright, let's just say... Alright. Holy shit! OCC! Tag the event on my camera so they can review it, at which point I need to pull the bus over and secure it. They're gonna basically have someone pick me up and I'll go home. But I'm gonna be, you know, as they're reviewing the cameras and making sure that the accident wasn't my fault, I'll be at home. And guess what? I'm getting paid. They'll have me clocked in for the entire time they're investigating. So, okay, at the next light, I'm in the right lane. So I'm going to go ahead and move off to my left because I need to be in the turn lane coming up. And if I can't fit my ass all the way over, I need to hog both lanes to guard myself on the left and the right. So let's say we're going to move on over to our left lane for the next light. We need to go head to our left turn lane. Who dares text me? Am I really? Also, don't pull your phone out when you're in the fucking operations area. So the operation area. Notice in your city bus, there's a yellow line that separates the front half from the back half. You're not allowed to have your phone out at any point forward of that yellow line. If you do, you get suspended for a week. If you do it again, you're unemployed. You don't work here no more. So that means don't have it on your fucking cup holder. Don't have it in your lap. Don't have it on the dashboard. Nothing. Do not have it out. It needs to be secured, put away. Don't fuck around like that. Don't fuck around, because the less you fuck around, the less you'll find out. What was that? Did I just... Alright. Coming up to a, I'm just minding my own business, man. Don't blow me up. I love you. Thank you. Bye. You know what? I ended up in my fucking my right side of the street again. I need to be in the left turn lane coming up. So that's my fault for having missed that. Wow, he fucking shot me. And that concludes my life as a bus driver. So we're going to go ahead and end the stream here. I worked for 1 day and fucking died. That's fantastic. I bet that's a new record. So I love you guys, and thanks for fucking killing me. I'm like gonna be a real life bus driver, and I got fucking shot. Alright. Bye.